Hey everyone, so I'm gonna do an in-depth eye look, and I might have to scoot using closer. So I'm gonna do an in-depth eye look today and my full face makeup, so let's get into it. This is a very crappy way to do it, but oh well. So I'll scoot yours in. Might have to turn this way so the sun's at the back of me. And I'll need to get my eyeshadow brushes and face brushes. And I have a very bad setup at the moment, but we will get there. Alright. I'll need my chair. I'll be right back. Hiya. So I've put my desks in my garden shed because they were really frustrating me, but I'm going to do my skincare first and then we can get into the whole eye look thing. I know that sounds very professional, doesn't it? We're going to go in with some Tatcha first, the Dewy Skin cream. And I still love this smell. It's so beautiful and it's very luxurious. I still use my L'Oreal Revitalift day and night creams every day and every night. So I've already put that on this morning after my coffee and everything. And I've been eyeing off. Oh, yep, that's not gonna work. My unused Maybelline Fit Me Luminous Primer. The other one is 100% empty. So we're going to use the new one today. And I find this primer amazing. not only for my skin but also for many other skin types. And this is the e.l.f. Putty Primer application brush. I haven't used the putty primer in quite a while, but I will get back on that horse because I find it extremely hydrating and also extremely beautiful under foundation. I was using a Revlon Skin Lights luminizer beforehand, and it was great and all, but it wouldn't show through the primer I'd put on top. And then I tried it in reverse and it wasn't working for me, so I just had to do what I had to do to make it work, and it was either one or the other. So it was my skincare and then the Skin Lights Skin Illuminizer, and that's pretty much how I was rolling at that time. So now we have our moisturiser and our primer on. I'm going to prime my eyelids with my tried and trusty Rimmel mascara. And I think this is such an awesome product. I'm also going to use my trusty Clueless mirror just to guide me along the way. And I'm going to need my flat concealer brush. And it must be in the wash bay. But that's alright, here's another one. I'll be right back. Alright, so all of this is blended in. And now I'm going to set it. With the OXX Nudes 9-shade eyeshadow palette. And I find this eyeshadow palette very pretty, very versatile. You can wear it alone, or you can use the whole palette, use other palettes with it as well. So I'm going to grab this large foundation brush and I'm going to get a fair bit of product on there, and I'm going to dry the concealer. So that I have a smooth base to work with as I'm applying my transition shade and all of my other eye makeup. Now that's all dried down. And I will use one of these shades as my transition. And then I'm going to use some more concealer for my cut crease. And then I'm going to use Ella from the Profusion Mixed Metals. palette. So I'm going to go in with a very precise Hawaiian tan eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to dip into this shade here called, oh, it doesn't have a name. Oh. Okay, that's fine. But yes, I'm going to go in with the shade I've just pointed, and when you're just starting out with your crease shade or your base transition shade, you don't want a full clump unless you're going absolute ham with your eye look, but I only want to go light-handed at the start to know where I want my eyes and the different eyeshadows to be set. So we're gonna put it above the crease because I have hooded eyes, and I'm just fanning that all over. That's looking like crap at the moment, but most eye looks that I try to achieve are a trust the process look. It's not a one and done, it's not a two-step and go. It's a trust the process and hope that we get a great result. So it's looking a little thick at the end, and that's what I want. I don't want a real thin pencil line. If I wanted that, I'd be using an eyebrow liner brush, an eyeliner brush, what have you, but I want that thick line so that that's where my crease is above this, around this shade. So we're going to go and keep blending that. I will be getting a bigger blending brush to diffuse this, but right now I just want to get that above my crease. And yes, it looks like I've been punched in the eye, and that's okay. To the other eye. Alright, so that second eye's done. Now I'm going to go back into my trusty concealer. I'm going to put a bit on my hand, and I'm going to get that same concealer brush I was using, and we're going to cut that crease where the above transition shade is. So I do this, and I can see where I want the cut crease to be. Because I want lots of pigment. I'm putting a thick layer of concealer on my cut crease. Oh, he's a very good boy. I don't know if using my ring finger is gonna work, but that is Bella, and it is very pretty. I really love this shade. And you can use whatever eye shimmer shade that you want to. You can use all the shimmers if you want. But I really enjoy the smokiness and then the shimmery kind of halo situation. And this, yeah, it's iridescent or unicorn skin. It's not hollow, but it is still very beautiful. Now for my other eye. Okay, so both eyes are done. I am going to go into Mystical, this one, bottom middle, and I'm going to blend that on my outer corner. This is a Hawaiian tan eyeshadow brush. A big, fluffy blending brush. And we're just going to try and diffuse that . And the same. Just to smoke it out. And I am going to clean it up. Excuse me. And I think that looks beautiful. So now we're going to clean up the corners. And my makeup wipes have taken a vacation. Okay, it looks like we're keeping the eyes how they are. So I'm going to use the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Total Cover. This is in the shade 10 Porcelain. And I'm going to take that on a foundation brush. I do find that using this foundation on a brush rather than a sponge, the sponge lifts it off my skin, whereas the brush helps to stamp in the product a lot better. Go back to this mirror. Of course it did. Of course it did. Fell onto my pants. Now, this foundation is beautiful. I have grown to absolutely love this. And it seamlessly melts into the skin once it's been worked around with the brush. I'm gonna do my brows after I've put on my base. I did used to put them on before in some cases, but now I just like putting it on after. Going for my first eyebrow appointment in 2 years. Well, haven't been in more than 2 years, so that's very exciting. And yes, I do look like a white ghost, but we will rectify that with bronzer, cream contour, powder contour, blush. Now I'm not putting concealer under my eyes only because the L'Oreal under eye cream doesn't get along well with any concealer I use. So that's no harm, no foul. So I'm just going in with the Instant Contour Cream Bronzer from Mcobeauty in light medium. And I'm just putting it on the high points of my cheeks, on my forehead, a little bit along my nose. And that's starting to run out, so I'll have to buy some more of that one day. Now I'm going to use a different brush for my contour. I'm going to use this cheapy but goody brush from eBay that I bought months ago. Months ago, I'm talking August, September last year. I've done a hair mask today. I've done some feet care. I've had my coffee. I'm going to make us a chopped salad and homemade salad dressing with Mexican flavoured chicken, and I've got wraps and tacos and everything. I've got pita chips to use as a crunchy dipping vessel, as Ash Love Condiments would say. Now that's all done, I do want to go in with my cream blush before I do face powder. Now this one is the Revolution Super Dewy blush, liquid blush, and it's in, come on, you told me the name the other time, Flushing For You it's called. So we will this, oh, excuse you, blush. This blush has a hard time getting along with my skin sometimes, but it's only if I put on the wrong base. So if I've put on not the right primer, the wrong blush, bronzer, the wrong, just everything to do with the base. Yes, I look like a clown. It's alright. We will blend this out with the foundation brush. Keep my hair out of the way. A little bit on my forehead. And this will dull down once I put on my face powder. Yep, I do look like a clown today, and that's fine. So we're going to use what's left of my translucent RCMA powder. No, it's going on vacay. And I'm using to set it with the Hawaiian Tan powder brush. I'll need my mirror for this one. And it looks like I've been playing with bloody flour when I use this, but it's so great. And because I'm a oily lady, I have lots and lots of oil everywhere. So I'll make sure to set it down very, very good. Alright, so setting powder's all done. And I'm going to use the natural bronzer from Rimmel London in 002 Sunbronze. And I'll see how that one goes. And I'll use this Nude by Nature powder brush, but it's very good for putting on any powder product. And I love how it makes my bronzer sit. Put on my forehead. Put on my nose. It's looking pretty good. And then I'll take the highlighter brush and I'll go into the Flower Beauty Shimmer and Strobe highlighting palette. I love all of these highlighters. They are fantastic. Amazing quality. Do you see this? It just gives such a beautiful glow. These are my favourite highlighters. I love it. So now I'll go into the smallest little bit of this BYS Blush Trio palette. I'm using a bit of this one here. It's called Coral Me In. I have to wash a couple of these brushes anyway, so that's no problem. And I'm going to use the one that I used for bronzer. Set that blush down. Now for lips, I'm going to use the Queen's Kiss by Constance Hall lip liner in doesn't have a name on it. That's alright, the lipstick does. Something Road. And I'm going to fill in the outline of my lips. And I'm going to use the Revlon Ultra HD Scented Matte Lip Creme in Cherries in the Snow, and it's a very beautiful colour, very bright. And this is my finished look. Now I hope you all really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like, give me a subscribe, and share with your friends and family who you think they enjoy watching a very pretty makeup look. Alright everyone, have an awesome day. Thanks, bye.